Happiness. It's the one thing we all seem to be chasing. We tell ourselves that once we get the perfect job, the right relationship, or enough money, we'll finally be happy. But what if I told you that the more you chase happiness, the further away it gets? In this video, we're uncovering the hidden dangers of obsessing over happiness. We'll dive into the psychology behind why the relentless pursuit of joy can actually lead to anxiety, disappointment, and even misery. And more importantly, we'll explore what you can do instead to build a life that is truly fulfilling. We've been taught to see happiness as the ultimate goal, but the problem with making happiness your life's mission is that it creates an endless loop of self-judgment. You start monitoring your emotions constantly, asking yourself, am I happy enough? Am I doing life right? Psychologists call this the happiness paradox. The more you try to be happy, the more you focus on whether you are, which leads to stress and dissatisfaction. Studies have shown that people who prioritize happiness too intensely actually report feeling less happy over time. The pressure to be joyful all the time turns into frustration when reality doesn't match expectations. And this frustration, it breeds disappointment, self-doubt, and eventually unhappiness. Social media has made this problem worse. We scroll through endless pictures of people laughing, traveling, celebrating, and living what looks like perfect lives. But what we don't see are the struggles behind those moments. Research shows that constant exposure to other people's highlight reels leads to increased anxiety and depression. It's called social comparison, and it tricks us into believing that everyone else has figured out happiness, except us. The truth? Even the happiest looking lives have struggles. But when we only see perfection online, we start measuring our own happiness against an impossible standard. And that's a race no one can win. One of the biggest reasons chasing happiness can backfire is because it creates unrealistic expectations. We convince ourselves that once we reach a certain milestone, whether it's success, love, or financial freedom, happiness will follow. But studies show that humans are bad at predicting what will actually make us happy. We overestimate how much joy we'll get from external achievements. And when reality doesn't deliver that lasting happiness, we feel disappointed. This is why so many people fall into the cycle of pursuit, constantly chasing the next big thing, only to feel empty once they get it. They keep moving the goalpost, thinking happiness is just one more step away. But it never is. Here's the truth that no one tells us. Happiness isn't the goal. Meaning is. Psychologists have found that people who focus on meaning rather than happiness are actually more fulfilled in the long run. This is known as the effort paradox. The idea that real satisfaction comes from overcoming challenges, not avoiding them. Think about it. The things that bring the deepest sense of fulfillment, learning a difficult skill, building strong relationships, helping others, often require struggle. And yet, these are the experiences that create a life rich with purpose. It's not about chasing happiness. It's about embracing the full range of human experiences, even the difficult ones, because that's what gives life depth and meaning. So, if chasing happiness doesn't work, what should you do instead? Focus on meaning, not just pleasure. Instead of asking, what will make me happy? Ask, what will make my life meaningful? Studies show that people who prioritize purpose over pleasure experience deeper, longer-lasting fulfillment. Accept that happiness comes and goes. Happiness isn't meant to be constant. It's a fleeting emotion, like sadness, anger, or excitement. The key isn't to cling to happiness, but to let it flow naturally without obsessing over it. Stop comparing your life to others. What you see on social media is not real life. Stop measuring your happiness against curated images of someone else's best moments. Your journey is unique, and happiness looks different for everyone. Practice gratitude. Studies show that regularly reflecting on what you're grateful for increases life satisfaction and reduces the pressure to constantly seek happiness. Sometimes, the happiness you're chasing is already in front of you. You just haven't stopped to appreciate it. Find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Happiness isn't a finish line. It's found in the small, everyday moments, the process, the struggles, the growth. When you stop treating happiness as something to achieve and start living fully in the present, you'll find that happiness has been with you all along. Find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Happiness isn't a finish line. It's found in the small, everyday moments, the process, the struggles, the growth. When you stop treating happiness as something to achieve and start living fully in the present, you'll find that happiness has been with you all along. So, why does chasing happiness often leave us feeling miserable? Because we've been looking at it the wrong way. Happiness isn't a trophy to be won or a goal to achieve. It's a byproduct of living a life that is rich in meaning, growth, and connection. When we stop obsessing over it and start embracing the journey, challenges and all, we find something even more powerful than happiness. We find fulfillment. So maybe the question isn't, how can I be happy? But rather, how can I live a life that truly matters? And that is a question worth exploring. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of life, happiness, and the human experience.